Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Gummy, and today we are back for another Bendy and the Ink Machine statue tutorial. Today we are doing Boris the Wolf. You guys have been requesting an absolute ton, so if you do enjoy the video, definitely consider leaving a like on it, commenting down below any suggestions of builds you want to see in the future, and maybe even dropping a subscription if you haven't already. I'm not going to waste any more time, guys. I'll see you in the tutorial. So, let's get straight into the tutorial. The blocks you're going to need are the following. You'll need black wool, block of coal, white wool, snow, stone, light grey wool, and block of quartz. Now here's the thing, I'm on Xbox, it's June 1st currently, and they've just introduced a ton of new blocks. Now rumour has it, these blocks are going to be out on all other platforms tomorrow, so that will be June 2nd, and by the time you see this video, they're probably already going to be out. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because there's a few variations you can use. If you're on this traditional kind of version where you don't have the concrete and you don't have the terracotta and the concrete dust, I believe it's called, concrete powder, that's the one. So if you don't have this, use these materials. If you do, instead of snow, you can use white concrete. Instead of stone, you can use light grey concrete, and instead of coal block, you can use black concrete. Now of course I'm not going to do that in the video just because again I don't believe all platforms have it, but it's something to bear in mind in future. We've got a whole bunch more blocks and this is really good news for pixel artists, really good news for statue builders, so yeah, it's a really pleasant surprise. So anyways, in terms of the build, as I said, you'll need these 7 blocks in total, very basic. Again, this is mainly a black and white build, and this was designed by myself, but was heavily influenced by a design by a guy called RedXPhones, so credit to him. I'll leave his information down in the description down below, and if you do enjoy this video, definitely consider leaving a like, and also subscribing if you haven't already, and if you want to hit the notification bell, that would be very much appreciated, so you actually get a notification, a cheeky little email every time I upload, just so you're always in the loop. Anyways, with that said, let's begin. So just like a normal statue tutorial, we're going to start off by building the front side of the legs, then we'll go to the front side of the body, and we'll figure things out from there. Now again, this should be a relatively long tutorial. It's a very detailed build. It's overall a very simple design, but it's lots of texturing, and that's kind of something that I personally have done, so you don't have to, but I think it looks a lot better if you do. So anyways, let's begin. We're going to start off by finding a nice empty space, and we're going to place 3 blocks of coal. Now what I want to point out is the legs are 12 tall and 8 wide. So this is the first layer. Again, each layer is 8 wide, layer number 1. Next to that, we're going to place 2 black wool, and then next to this we place 3 blocks of coal. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. So this is the first 2 layers complete. Now I don't know if it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but black wool, the texture kind of looks like it's changed a tiny bit. Maybe that's, again, just me. Maybe they updated it just so it's, I guess, a bit different from the concrete blocks. No, they definitely have. I'm looking at the yellow wool. The yellow wool texture is slightly different as well. That's interesting. I'm still playing around with this. As you can tell, I'm a bit new to the whole new update. But again, instead of coal, you can use black concrete. Instead of black wool, you could also use black concrete. You can do whatever you want to do, basically. I'm going to stick with black wool. So, the next stage we're going to do, the third layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 2 coal, 2 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool. And again, this is the first 3 layers. Now, here's what we're going to do. The first 2 layers aren't actually going to be on show. And the reason they're not going to be on show is because we're going to bring it all forwards a layer. So essentially, for the first 2 layers, we're going to basically replicate what we just done, but we're going to bring it forwards a layer. So it looks like this. So we've got the first 3 layers, 1, 2, 3. Second and first one are going to be 3D. So, going back to this layer, this being the third one, on top of this we're going to continue building. So again, this is a 3D effect. Ignore building on here, we're going to be building on top of this layer right here. So, the fourth layer is going to be 1 white wool, 2 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, 1 white wool. On top of this, we're going to place 2 snow, 1 white wool, 2 snow, 1 white wool, and 2 blocks of snow. And again, this is getting into the leg/trouser region. So that is the 5th layer. Now again, I always say this, but after every single layer I'm going to back up, give you guys the opportunity to pause. Please, please, please pause if you feel necessary. If not, feel free to keep up with the video. But it's always good to make sure you have everything perfect as we go, rather than having to go back in the video later on and going back and fixing things because you messed up halfway along. There's nothing worse than that feeling. So please, again, a little bit of advice, every time I give you the opportunity to pause, please take full advantage of it. Anyways, the next layer is going to be layer number 6. What we're going to do is we're going to place 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, and 1 snow. So again, that is layer number 6. Layer number 7, we are going to do 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 snow, and 1 white wool. And again, that is layer number 7. For layer number 8, we're going to do 1 snow, 2 black wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 black wool, and 1 snow. And essentially, these are kind of like his knees, so like the creases in his trousers to represent his knees. Now, he kind of has like almost like stitches, like pocket stitches around his knees and also on his chest. You can add that if you want. Personally, I'm only doing this because this is kind of like a representation of that, kind of not. But I'm not going to be doing the one up above, like in the chest region. If you want to add that, feel free to do so. Just grab yourself some black wool and build a little rectangular kind of square shape. So anyways, the next layer, which is going to be the 9th layer, is 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, snow, and 1 white wool. And again, that is the 9th layer. The 10th layer is going to be 2 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, 1 snow, and 2 white wool. And again, that is the 10th layer. For the 11th layer, the second to last layer, we're going to do 1 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, 2 white wool, and 1 block of snow. And that leaves us with our final layer, the 12th layer, which is going to be 2 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 snow, and 2 white wool. And as you can see, once you've done that, you have something that looks like this. Now, as I said before, this is 12 tall and 8 blocks wide, and this is the front side of the legs. Now, one thing, again, I want to point out is the first 2 layers are 3D. So we bring it forwards a layer, that's an 8x2 area, and in total, this is a 12x8 area. Okie dokie, so I'll zoom in one last time and do a little cinematic fly up just in case you want to catch up. Again, there will be an opportunity later on, but I always do recommend as we go, making sure everything is good to go. Anyways, let's continue. So, what we're going to do now is start making some progress on the body and then ultimately the arms. So the body is 12 tall, 8 wide, each arm is 12 tall, 4 wide. We're going to start off with the body by placing 1 snow. Then what we're going to do is on the right side, we're going to place another snow. On the left side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to the left using stone. And on the right side, we do the exact same. 1, 2, 3, 4. So left side, 4 to the left, right side, 4 to the right. And essentially, what we're doing here is marking out where the hands start, or where the arms start, should I say. And it means we don't have to come back later on and count. It's essentially just a little time-saving method right there. So anyways, yeah, this is the 13th layer of the build, 4 to left, 4 to right. This is going to be the first layer of the arms. We're not going to worry about the arms for now, we'll come back to that later on. For now, we're going to worry about the body. So let's continue. So going back to the original block of snow we placed, this is of course the first block for the 13th layer. In this case, the first layer of the body. The second block is going to be another block of snow. Next to that, we place 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, and then 1 snow. And that will link up to the other block of snow we placed on the right side. And that makes up our first layer. The second layer is going to be 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, 1 white wool, and 1 block of snow. And again, that is our second layer. Our third layer now is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 3 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. And that is our third layer. Our fourth layer is going to be 2 black wool, 1 white, 1 snow, 1 white, 1 snow, and 2 black wool. Now, in reference to what this is, just below the buttons on Boris's kind of like, what's the word, overalls, I guess you could say, there is like a black shadow / strip, so that's kind of what that is representing. The next layer, which is the fifth layer, is going to be 2 blocks of quartz, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, and 2 blocks of quartz. And that is our fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 2 quartz, 1 white wool, 2 snow, 1 white wool, and 2 blocks of quartz. And again, these are going to be the buttons. So what we do is we make these 3D. So we're going to bring it forwards a layer. So the 2x2 area of quartz, we have 1 on the left, 1 on the right. We're going to bring them forwards, and then again going to be 3D. So that is the first 6 layers. Halfway there. Again, brief second pause. Let's calm down a bit. Take some time. Let's not take too much time though. So the next layer, which is the 7th layer, is going to be 2 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, and 1 white wool. And again, that is the 7th layer. And the remaining 5 layers is going to have a bit of black and coal in the middle, because it's kind of like the straps holding up the overalls. And then in the middle is just going to be like the, I guess, skin almost. So yeah, the next layer, which is going to be the 8th layer, is 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 snow, and 1 white wool. The next layer, which is the 9th layer, is 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, then 1 snow. It's very easy to get them confused just because of how similar they are. The next layer, which is the 10th layer, is going to be 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 snow, 1 white wool. The second to last layer, the 11th layer, is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. And then the 12th and final layer is going to be 2 snow, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 white wool, and 1 block of snow. And once you've done that, you have a 12x8 rectangle again, and this time this is the upper body. Now, of course, if you want to pause here, you are more than welcome to do so. And now what we're going to do is start making some progress on the arms. So for the arms, in regards to them, they are both 12 tall and 4 blocks wide. So same height as the body, just half the width. So essentially, we're going to start on the left one first. Essentially, as I said before, come to the 13th layer of the build, go 4 blocks to the left with stone, and this is your first layer. Hopefully, you've already done this. If not, no worries. Again, go to the 13th layer of the build, 4 blocks to the left, 4 blocks to the right using stone. So, as I said, first layer is already done. That is 4 stone. The second layer is going to be 2 light grey wool, 1 white wool, and 1 stone. The third layer is going to be 1 light grey, 2 white wool, 1 stone. The fourth layer is going to be 4 blocks of quartz, and we're going to make this 3D, but I'll talk about that in a minute. The next layer, which is the 5th layer, is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 6th layer is going to be 1 black wool, 3 coal. Again, that is the 6th layer, so halfway there. The 7th layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 8th layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 blocks of coal. For the 9th layer, we're going to do 1 black wool, 3 coal. The 10th layer, we're going to do 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and 1 coal. The 11th layer, aka the second to last layer, we're going to do 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal. And then the 12th and final layer we're going to do is 2 coal, 1 black wool, and 1 block of coal. And once you've done that, if I back up, you can see it looks something like this. That is 12 blocks tall, 4 blocks wide, and that is the left arm. Now, I referenced a second ago that this quartz here is going to be 3D. We can go ahead and make it 3D right now. It would actually help, probably, if I used quartz. There we go. So essentially, just bring it all forward to the layer. You can use snow as well if you wanted to, but personally I recommend quartz. It just makes it look a little bit nicer. And yeah, that's essentially just representing the edge of the glove and kind of transitioning into the arm. So this is the glove, and this is the arm. So if I back up now, you can see what it looks like. Of course, it looks a bit lopsided because we haven't built the right side yet. And one thing I'm noticing, it's kind of like low-key annoying me a bit, is black wool is a very dark blue now. It's not really like a black color. It's like a really dark navy blue. So going forwards into the future, one thing I might have to recommend is maybe using the black concrete instead of black wool, just because it actually gives you like, well, even that's kind of like looking a bit navy. Maybe it's just my eyes, but I don't know. It's kind of like driving me a bit crazy. So anyways, what we're going to do now is the right arm. The right arm is the exact same as the left. It's just flipped. So essentially, on this side, this like row here of solid coal is going to be the first block on this side. So as you can see, basically exact same, just mirrored, flipped over, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But I am going to go through it nevertheless, just in case there's anyone that wants me to. So let's begin. So just like before, we go to the 13th layer of the build, we go 4 blocks to the right. That is layer number 1, it's out of stone. The second layer, going from left to right again, is going to be 1 stone, 1 white wool, 2 light grey. The third layer is 1 stone, 2 white wool, 1 light grey. The fourth layer is 4 blocks of quartz. Now, just like before, we're going to bring that forwards a layer, so that's now 3D. And if I back up, you can see it'll be the exact same as the other side. Now, for the fifth layer, this is where we get into the whole coal and black wool. So, the fifth layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal. The sixth layer is 3 coal, 1 black wool. The next layer, which is the 7th layer, is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. On top of this, we're going to do 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer, which is the 9th layer, is going to be 3 coal, 1 black wool. On top of that, for the 10th layer, we do 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. The 11th layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and then the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, and 2 blocks of coal. And once you've done that, that is the right arm complete, or at least the front side of it, and that is the front side of the body complete, as you can see right now. You should now have something which looks like this. Now, of course, I'm going to do a little flyby again, just so you guys have the opportunity to catch up if necessary. Again, bear in mind the legs are 12x8, the body's 12x8, and each arm is 12x4. Once you have the, I guess, measurements in place, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, what I was mentioning before with the little pocket, you could put it like right around here, and it would look pretty cool. I was experimenting with it before, maybe just doing like a line like that, but I didn't like it because it makes it kind of look like a face. Which I wasn't too happy about. So that's kind of why I went against that. If you want to play around with it and make it work, then that's up to you. I respect that, but personally, I'm not going to, because I think it looks perfectly fine without it. But anyways, yeah, that's the front side of the body. So now what we're going to do, because of course it's looking a bit flat, even though we do have a few 3D effects, it's not quite a statue at this point. So what we're going to do is turn it into a statue by working on the sides, making it 3D. So we start off by coming to the bottom left corner, come around to the left side, and we have the original layer here. Ignore the 3D effect. So this is the 3D effect, this is the original layer. From the original layer, we're going to go 1 block to the left using black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change the 4th block, or aka the original block, to black wool, so it's originally coal. And above that, this black wool here, we're going to replace to coal. And above that, we have the black wool already in place, so that's perfect. So essentially, the left side, and indeed the right side of the leg is 12x4, just like the arms. So, the 4th block, as you can see, however, is already done. So that means, essentially, we're only placing 3 blocks per layer, because 3 blocks plus the original layer we already have, that is our 12x4. So, let's begin. Of course, now what we're going to do is ignore this 3D effect here, and in regards to the first layer, that's 1 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool. The second layer, going from left to right again, is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The third layer is going to be 1 black wool and 2 coal. So that's the first 3 layers, aka the shoes. Now we're getting into the kind of overalls, white and snow. So the 4th layer is going to be 1 white wool, 2 snow. The 5th layer is 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow. The 6th layer is 1 snow, 2 white wool. And on top of that, for the 7th layer, we're going to do 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. The 8th layer is the exact same, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. And the 9th layer, we're going to do snow, white wool, snow. For the next layer, which is the 10th layer, we're going to do 2 snow, 1 white wool. The 11th layer is 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. The 12th and final layer is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, and once you've done that, that is the left side of the leg complete. Again, I'll give you guys a second to pause the video right here and catch up, and of course from a corner angle it now looks like this. So again, essentially, I don't think I ever explained it. The reason we have this little 3D effect here is kind of just to represent the shoes and kind of how like circular and rounded they are at the end, because if we just made it flat, it'd just be like his feet. We want to replicate that there is indeed really big and like out there in your face kind of shoes. So yeah, that is the left side of the leg complete. Now, what we're going to do is head round to the right side. It is indeed slightly different, so I wouldn't recommend rushing ahead this time, but I'm going to go for it nevertheless. So, just like before, we come around to the right side. We're going to come to the original block, not the 3D effect, the original block, so this block of coal right here. We're going to go 1 block to right using black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. Now, on the original block, just like before, we're going to change this to black wool. Above that, we're going to change it to coal. To the right of this block of coal, we're going to place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. And on top of this, next to black wool, we place 2 coal, 1 black wool. So that is the first 3 layers complete. Now, just like before, we're going to go layer to layer, left to right. 4th block, or in this case the first block, is already done. That's this layer right here, which means we're placing 3 blocks per layer. So the 4th layer is going to be, next to the white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow. The 5th layer is 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. The 6th layer is 1 snow, 2 white wool. The 7th layer is 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow. On top of this, for the 8th layer, we're going to do 1 white wool, 2 snow. We're going to add another layer now by doing 1 snow, 2 white wool. The next layer, which is the 10th layer, is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow. The 11th layer is 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. And the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 snow and 2 white wool. As you can see, very different pattern to the other side, but that is indeed, again, a 12x4. Head-on looks like this, and then from a corner angle like this. So that is the sides of the legs complete. Now what we want to do is we want to kind of replicate this, but working on the sides of the arms. However, before that, we need to build a platform to build off of. Otherwise, there's going to be like gaping holes in the bottom of his hands, and that's going to look a tad peculiar. So, the way we're going to fix this is we're going to come around to the rear side of the statue. Now, we're going to come around to the rear side of the left arm, which is this one here. So, if you're looking at it from the rear perspective, it's the right arm. If you're looking at it from the front, it's the rear of the left arm. So, what we're going to do is we have this first layer of stone right here. This is the first layer of the arms. On the left side and the right side, we're going to extend it backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then what we're going to do is link it together. That gives us a 4x4 square of stone, and in the middle we have a 2x2 gap. What we're going to do is fill the 2x2 gap with light grey wool. Then to the left of it, we're going to place another 2 light grey wool. So the light grey wool is now a 3x2 rectangle, and then the stone is surrounding it. The final step we'll come around to the front side, so we're now looking at it from a front perspective, is the top left corner of the light grey wool. We'll punch this out, turn it into stone. As you can see now, there's a nicer transition. It's a bit of a smoother kind of gradient fade rather than the solid straight line. Now again, this looks a tad better on PC. Now they've upgraded the light grey wool texture. I say upgraded, changed the light grey wool texture. It isn't so much of like a difference, and you can't really tell. So I'm not sure, again, how I feel about the wool colour changes. But I guess we'll have to get used to them if it is a permanent change in the future. Now, in regards to the other side, we're going to replicate this. So just like before, we're going to bring the stone 3 blocks back on the left side and the right side. Join them together, and in the middle we're going to place a 2x2 square of light grey wool. If you come underneath, you can notice again it's a 4x4 square. we go 2 to left, so these 2 blocks to the left we're going to punch out and replace with light grey wool. So it's now again a 3x2 rectangle of light grey wool surrounded by stone. And for the top right corner this time of light grey, we're going to punch out and replace with stone, again just to give us that smoother transition, smoother gradient look. So essentially what that's given us, as you can see, is 2 4x4 platforms. This is the underside of the hands. Essentially it just means there won't be massive gaping holes in the undersides of the hands, but also, as you can see here, it gives us a platform to start building the sides of the arms up. So that's what we're going to start working on right now. So we're going to come around to the left side of the left arm, and it gives you a shape that looks like this. This is essentially a backwards L. Now what you'll notice is from here, which is the top of the already existent layer, so this here is again 12x4, and because we've already got the 4th block done, which means we're placing 11 layers, because the first layer is already done, of 3 blocks, and that will give us our 12x4 in total, and that'll be the sides of the arms complete. So let's make some progress. So just like before I mentioned, the first layer is already done, that is stone. The second layer is going to be 3 light grey wool. On top of this we place 1 light grey wool and 2 white wool. The 4th layer is going to be 3 blocks of quartz. Now just like the front side, we're going to extend this forward, so we're going to make it 3D. So we place a layer of 4 quartz like so, and that is on the 4th layer. As you can see in the corner, it doesn't connect. It doesn't look like that because that's a bit bulky. It connects diagonal in the corners, and it looks like this. So the 5th layer, which is now transitioning into the black and coal again, just like before we built it on the original layer, not the 3D effect, we're going to place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer, which is the 6th layer, we're going to place 1 black wool, 2 coal. The 7th layer is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. And again, that's the 7th layer. The 8th layer is 2 coal, 1 black wool. The 9th layer is 1 black wool, 2 coal. And again, just backing up every so often so you can see. The 10th layer is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool. The 11th layer, which is the second to last layer, is going to be 2 black wool, 1 coal. And then the final layer, the 12th layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. Now, if I back up, you can now see that is indeed a 12x4 rectangle. That is the left side of the arm. And again, we have the 3D effect on the 4th layer, which is the 4 blocks of quartz. Again, I'll zoom in nice and close and just do a little slow flyby so you can pause if necessary. And I'll give you a little look from a corner angle, again, just to give you an idea of what it is looking like. Beautiful. So that is the left side of the left arm. Heading round to the right side now. Again, we're going to do something very similar. So we start off on the first layer. Again, we got the layer of 4 stone. This is layer number uno. Again, just like before, it is 12x4. The first layer on this side is already done, which means we're placing 3 blocks per layer. So the second layer is going to be 3 light grey wool, and the third layer is going to be 2 white wool, 1 light grey. Now, just like before, on the 4th layer, we're going to cap it off by placing 3 blocks of quartz. We're going to bring the whole layer, all 4 of them, forwards 1, and that gives you a nice 3D effect of 4 blocks of quartz. In regards to the 5th layer, we return to the original pattern right here. Next to this coal block here, we place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. For the 6th layer, we place 2 coal, 1 black wool. For the 7th layer, we place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer we're going to place is 1 black wool, 2 coal. On top of this, we place 2 coal, 1 black wool. The next layer, which is the 10th layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 2 coal. The 11th layer is 1 coal, 2 black wool. And the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. And that is a 12x4 area. That is the right side of the right arm. And again, from a corner angle, looks like this. Now, just like before I did on the left side, I'll give you a little zoom in, just so you can see what it looks like up close, just again, in case you are anywhat in need to pause the video. But apart from that, we're making really nice progress. It's really starting to come together and look kind of nice. However, to kind of burst the bubble a bit, let's head round to the rear side, and you can see not so much, looking a bit incomplete and a bit empty. So that's what we're going to work on now, is filling this in, getting this part done, then we'll work on the tail, and then ultimately the head. So, in regards to the rear side of the rear side of the legs is 12 tall, 8 wide. However, and this is the good news, we already have a pillar on the left side and the right side done. That's 2 layers complete, which means we're only placing 6 blocks per layer. So, starting on the first layer, next to this black wall here, we're going to place 1 coal, 1 black wall, 1 coal, 1 black wall, 2 coal, and that will link up next to this black wall right here. Again, 6 blocks per layer, 8 in total. The second layer is 2 black wool, 2 coal, 2 black wool. The third layer is 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. And again, that's the third layer. The fourth layer is 1 white wool, 4 snow, 1 white wool. The fifth layer is 2 snow, 3 white wool, 1 snow, and again that's the fifth layer. The sixth layer is 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. On top of this, we're going to do 1 white wool, 2 snow, 2 white wool, 1 snow, and that is the seventh layer. The eighth layer is going to be 1 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, 1 white wool. The ninth layer, so on top of this, we're going to do 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 white wool, 1 snow, and 1 white wool. The next layer, which is the 10th layer, we're going to do 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 snow, 2 white wool. The 11th layer, second to last layer, is going to be 2 snow, 2 white wool, 2 snow, and the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 3 snow, and 1 white wool. And again, let me get rid of my arm and show you what it looks like. So that is indeed the rear side of the legs. That is a 12 by 8 rectangle, again, just like I said before. And of course I'll zoom in and do a little cinematic flyby, again, just so you get nice and close and you can see exactly what it looks like. Beautiful. So that is the rear side of the legs. In fact, that is the legs complete. So now what we're going to do is the rear side of the body. Bear in mind there's going to be a big empty area where there's no detail. The reason behind that is because there's going to be a massive tail and it's going to come out of the area where there is no detail. So if we built detail, it'll be covered up, so it's a bit of a waste of time. So that's why we're not doing it. So in regards to the body, again 12 by 8, we're going to start off next to this block of stone right here by placing our first block, which is going to be 1 snow. So this is layer number 1. Next to this, we place 6 white wool and then 1 snow. So again, layer number 1 is 1 snow, 6 white wool, 1 snow, and that connects the stone on the left side to the stone on the right side. The second layer is going to be 6 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool. The third layer is going to be 2 snow, 4 white wool, 2 snow, and the fourth layer is going to be 1 snow, 6 white wool, 1 snow. So as you can see, this whole area in the middle here is a bit empty, like this area, so the 4 by 4 square. And again, the reason behind that is just because that's going to be where the tail is. So the next layer, which is the fifth layer, is going to be 1 white wool, 3 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, and 2 white wool. On top of this, for the sixth layer, we're going to do 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 snow, 1 white wool, and 2 blocks of snow. And that is the first 6 layers. The seventh layer we're going to do is going to be 1 white wool, 1 snow, 3 white wool, 2 snow, and 1 white wool. And again, that is the seventh layer. Now, just like before, the final 5 layers on the front side, we're going to do this on the rear side as well. The first 2 blocks are going to be like the robe. The next 4 blocks is the black and coal, and then the next 2 blocks is for white and snow. So just like the front, as you can see here, 2 white and snow, 4 black and coal, 2 white and snow. That's the pattern we're going with. So the 8th layer is going to be 2 snow, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 white wool, 1 snow. The 9th layer is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 snow. The 10th layer is going to be 1 white wool, 1 snow, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 snow, 1 white wool. And again, that's the 10th layer. The 11th layer, which is the second to last layer, is going to be 1 snow, 1 white wool, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 white wool, 1 snow. And the 12th and final layer is going to be 2 snow, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, snow, white wool. So that is the rear side of the body. Again, that is 12 by 8. I'll get rid of my arm once more, and we'll have a little look. So there you go. 12 tall, 8 wide, as again, in the middle, at the bottom, relatively plain. That is indeed intentional. So, in regards to the tail, we'll do that in a minute. What we're going to do first is, of course, the rear side of each arm and the shoulders. Once we've done that, we'll get straight into building the tail. Okie dokie. So, in regards to the rear side of the arms, we're going to start on the rear side of the right arm first. In this case, it's our left. Just like before, 12 tall, 4 wide. However, the first block is already done, so we're placing 3 blocks per layer. So, the first layer is already done. That's solid stone, 4 blocks of stone. The second layer is going to be 1 light grey, 1 white wool, 1 stone. The third layer is going to be 2 white wool, 1 stone. The fourth layer is going to be 3 blocks of quartz, and just like the other sides, we're going to bring it forwards a layer. So all 4 quartz, bring it forwards 1. Again, it's still a 3D effect, even on the rear side, so it goes all the way around the arm. Now, in regards to the 5th layer, again, this is where we transition into black wool and coal. The 5th layer consists of 1 black wool, 2 coal. The 6th layer is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 7th layer is 2 coal, 1 black wool. On top of that, we're going to place 2 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer, which is the 9th layer, is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool. The 10th layer is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 11th layer, second to last, is going to be 1 black wool, 2 coal. And the 12th and final layer is 1 coal and 2 black wool. And that is the rear side of the right arm, or in this case, the left arm. Again, the other arm, which is this one over here, is the exact same flipped over. So if you want to build it on your own, feel free to do so. If not, no worries, gonna go over it nevertheless. So, without further ado, let's go straight over to here and start working on this arm. So, just like before, the first layer is already done, that's stone, perfect. The second layer is 1 stone, 1 white wool, 1 light grey. The third layer is 1 stone, 2 white wool, and the fourth layer is 3 blocks of quartz. Just like before, and on the other side, we're going to bring this layer forwards 1, so 4 blocks of quartz as a 3D effect. And onto the 5th layer, which is where we start with the coal and black wool. We're going to place 2 coal, 1 black wool. The 6th layer is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 7th layer is going to be 1 black wool, 2 coal. So again, that's the 7th layer. The 8th layer is going to be 1 coal, 2 black wool. And on top of that, for the 9th layer, we do opposite. We do 1 black wool, 2 coal. For the 10th layer, we're going to do 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The 11th layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 2 coal and 1 black wool. And then the final layer, which is the 12th layer, is going to be 2 black wool and 1 block of coal. And just like before, that is the rear side of that arm. Again, 12 tall, 4 wide, with the little 3D effect. And with that said and done, that is the rear side of the body complete. Now, in regards to the shoulders, we're going to come up to this area up here. What we're going to start off by doing is linking the snow and the white wool together at the front. Essentially, the reason we're doing this is because it marks off 3 sections. Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3. Now, Section 2, which is the middle one, go ahead and fill it in with black wool. Doesn't matter, that's going to be covered up by the head. However, Section 1 and Section 3 does matter. So, what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves our coal and our black wool. So these are the only 2 materials you're going to need. And we're going to start off on the left side. So as you can see, I'm on the left side right here. In between these 2 coals, we're going to place a black wool. In front of this, we place 1 coal. The next layer we're going to place is 1 coal, 1 black wool, and then the third layer we're going to place 1 black wool and 1 coal. So that is the pattern we're going to go with. You can alternate it a bit, change it up, something like that. That looks quite nice on reflection. So in fact, let's keep it like that. So as you can see, again, just a brief outline of what we've done. The first block in the top left corner is black wool, then we got 1 coal. The next layer is 2 coal, and then the final layer is 2 black wool. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this on the other side. So starting on the left, this side here, we've got 2 black wool, 2 coal, and then the final layer is 1 black wool, 1 coal. And as you can see, it is the exact same pattern on both sides. That's what we want, and that is a 16 by 4, and that is the shoulders of the body. Now, with that said and done, that is the body minus tail complete. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little spin around before we build the tail, because it's going to be tail, then head, and then we're going to wrap up the video. So that's basically a brief outline of what is left. So let's do a brief spin around. I say brief, it's pretty in-depth, but anyways. So what we're going to do for this, we're going to come to a specific part of the statue. In this case, we're at the front side of the legs. I'm going to list off the dimensions. It is 12 by 8. I'm also going to mention if there's any 3D effects. As you can see, the first 2 layers, so an 8 by 2 is indeed a 3D effect. And once you've done that, I'll give you guys a second to pause, and then we will move on. Of course, I'm not going to say it every time because that'll drive you crazy, me crazy, everyone crazy. So I'm just going to go on the assumption if you pause, you want to see it. If you don't, then tough luck. Anyways, moving on up, we have the front side of the body, which is a 12 by 8, and does indeed have the 3D effects of the buttons on either side, which is 2 by 2 squares, and that is on the 5th and 6th layer. On the left side and the right side, we have the arms, both 12 by 4, and on the 4th block of each layer, we have a strip of 4 quartz, which is again a 3D effect. Coming around to the left side, we have the left side of the leg, which is 12 by 4. Ignore the little 3D effect sticking off the front, that counts as the front, not the side. The underneath of the left arm looks like this. Again, it looks a bit better if you're not on the modern wool texture, where it's a bit like darker and kind of too similar to stone for my liking. But that is indeed a 4 by 4. Coming around to the left side of the arm, we have, of course, the left side of the arm, which is 12 by 4. And on the 4th layer, again, we have the strip of 4 blocks of quartz as a 3D effect. Coming around to the right side, we have the right side of the leg, again 12 by 4. Ignore that little part hanging off the front, that's the front, not the side. The underside of the right hand is again 4 by 4 out of stone and light grey, and then the right side of the arm is 12 by 4. On the 4th layer we have 4 blocks of quartz, which is again our 3D effect. Coming around to the rear side, we have the rear side of the legs. This is 12 by 8, no 3D effects. With the rear side of the body, again 12 by 8, no 3D effects, and the rear side of each arm 12 by 4, and they both have 4 blocks of quartz on the 4th layer. So the final side, which is of course the shoulders, which is 16 by 4, I mentioned a second ago, look like this. The only areas you kind of need to focus on is on the left, the 4 by 4 square, and on the right, the 4 by 4 square, because that's going to be visible. The rest is not, so do not worry about it. With that said, that is the body of the statue in its current state, minus tail, complete. So now what we're going to do, as I said before, is focus on building the tail. Okie dokie. So in regards to the tail, we're going to start off by coming around to the rear side, of course, and we're going to come to the first layer of the body, aka the 13th layer of the build. So this, in theory, is the line that goes between the bottom of the hand to the bottom of the other hand. So this line right here, and you can notice it because there's a really empty patch, as I mentioned earlier, and this is basically where we're going to be building. So we come to the 13th layer of the build, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 3rd block we're going to place a black wool and bring it outwards with a block of coal. What we're then going to do is leave a 1, 2 block gap, and on the 3rd block we're then going to place a black wool and a coal block. So again, there should be a 2 block gap in between, a 2 block gap on the left side, and a 2 block gap on the right side. Essentially, what this is doing is marking out the left side of the tail and the right side of the tail. That sounds a bit weird. The reason we're doing this is because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build the left side, then the right side, then join them together. It's the easiest way of doing it, in my opinion, rather than building like each different segment, because it is kind of like a segmented tail. But if you want to make any adaptations to a tail, again, please feel free to do so. This is a tail that's kind of similar to ones from like the Five Nights at Freddy's, like Foxy characters and stuff like that. So it is a very generic tail, but it fitted. So we thought, why change stuff that is not broken? So essentially, we're going to work on the left side first, we'll work on the right side after. One thing I do want to point out is it's extremely difficult to show the 3D effects, so what I might end up doing is I might make it so that I build the base of the actual tail, and then once we add the 3D effects, I'll change all the background to like stone or something, just so it's a bit easier to actually see what's going on. But we'll have to see how that goes. We'll have to see how the colors work together and how easy it is to see on video. Without further ado, let's begin. So we come to the left side, of course, this part here, we've got the one black wall, we've got the one coal. On top of the black wall, we're going to place another coal, and essentially all we're going to do is extend out to the right each layer, and we're going to do it layer by layer. So from this coal, we go 3 blocks to the right using black wool, and that is layer number 2. Layer number 3, on top of this coal, we're going to place 2 more coal, and then we're going to place 4 black wool, and that is layer number 3. Again, that's 2 coal, 4 black wool. Layer number 4 is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 4 black wool, and 1 coal. And again, that is layer number 4. Now, this is kind of like the final base layer, because from here on out, it's not going to connect to the body. What I mean by that is layer number 5, we're going to leave a 1, 2 block gap, and then we're going to place 5 black wool and 1 coal. So as you can see, there's a 2 block gap in between the body and the tail for layer number 5, and again, that's just so that the tail kind of curves up and then round. If it was flat against the body the whole way, it'd be really blocky and would look really, really bad. So the next layer, we're going to start off at this block here. When I say working from left to right, we're going to start on the first block of the previous layer. We're going to leave a 1 block gap, and we're going to place 5 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you'll notice it ends on the exact same block as the previous layer. The next layer, we're going to again leave a 1 block gap. This time we're going to place 1 coal and 4 black wool. So this time it does continue the pattern of overextending 1 block. The next layer, we're going to start on top of this coal. We place 4 black wool and 1 coal, so that ends again on the exact same block as the previous layer. The next layer, we're going to leave 1 block. We're going to place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and then on top of this we're going to place 2 layers of 4 blocks of coal. And that is essentially the tail. That's the basic shape. Now we will be adding some 3D effects. The tail is going to be 4 thick, and then at the ends it's going to be 6 thick, and I'll explain that again in a second. But again, now it's just kind of like an opportunity for you guys to pause and make sure you have everything correct. So that is the left side of the tail for now. Again, as I said, we'll come back and we'll add the 3D effects in a second. In regards to the right side, we're going to fly around to the right side. Again, there should be a 2 block gap in between, bear in mind. We're going to start off just like before with 1 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer, we're going to place 1 coal and 3 black wool. On top of this, we place 2 coal, 2 black wool, and 2 coal. So in terms of like the actual shape, it will be the exact same, bear that in mind. The fourth layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 5 black wool, so it's going to overextend 1 block, and just like before for the fourth layer, that's the final one that connects to the body. The fifth layer, we're going to leave a 2 block gap, and then we're going to place 5 black wool and 1 coal. So again, that is the 5th layer. For the 6th layer, starting in this block right here, we're going to leave a 1 block gap, and we're going to place 5 black wool, so it will end on the exact same point as the previous layer. The next layer, we're going to leave a 1 block gap. We're going to place 1 block of coal and 4 blocks of black wool. Again, just back up so you can see what it looks like so far. On top of this, we're going to place 4 blocks of black wool and 1 coal. And that brings us to the final point, which we're going to leave 1 block gap, place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and then on top of that, 2 layers of 4 coal. And that is essentially the outline, similar to the other side. I believe it is indeed the exact same. In fact, I was wrong. Slight changes. Small, slight changes. But it's very, very similar, and the shape is indeed the exact same. So, if you come around to the rear side now, you'll have something that looks like this. It's 2 tails, which we're going to make 1 by joining. But that's what we're going to do right now. So, what we're going to do is, if you come around to the front part of the tail, and you look down on it like this, in between the 2 parts, you got the left side and you got the right side. Technically this is the left, technically this is the right. So let's look at it from this perspective. So let's face towards the back of the body, and what we're going to do is, in fact, it's easier looking away. Let's look away. There we go. I'm really undecisive when I want to look away or look towards. We'll look away. So, we got this first block here, which is a black wall. To the right of this, we'll place one more black wall. To the right of that, we place one coal, and that will link up to this black wall right here. The next layer, we're going to place one coal next to the already existent coal, and we place one black wall. Now, what we're going to do is we're not going to build the next layer here, because that would be silly, that's going to get covered up. We're going to build it in between the layers, or the edges. So we go up a layer. The next one's going to be one black wall, one coal. The next one's going to be two coal. So again, just backing up so you can see what it looks like so far. The next stage we're going to place is right next to this block of coal here. We place one coal, one black wall. And on top of this, we place one black wall and one coal. Again, just so you can see, it looks like this so far. The next part, and indeed the final part we're going to place, is one coal, one black wall, and on top of this we place a 2x2 square of coal. And that is the middle joining part, and I'm not sure why there's a gap there we go. The middle joining part in between the two halves of the tail, at least on the front side. So again, just a few different variations of views, just so you can see. What we're then going to do is come to the underside of the tail, and this time we are facing towards the body, so there we go. And we're going to basically do the exact same, just join it all together until we get to the top. So we start off at the very bottom. The first two blocks is going to be two coal, so two coal. The next one on the left is going to be one black wall, on the right is going to be one coal. Again, going up with the pattern, we place one black wall, one coal, and for the next one we place one coal, one black wall. That is the two segments of this part complete. Moving on to the next segment, we're going to place one black wall, one coal, and we're going to place one coal, one black wall. That is the third segment. The next segment we're going to place is one black wall, one coal, and the one after that is going to be one coal, one black wall. So you can see it's a bit of an alternating pattern here. On top of this coal and black wall, we are going to place another coal and another black wall. So again, that's the segment here complete. And for the final part, the bottom layer, we're going to place two coal. On top of this, we place one black wall, one coal. On top of that, we place one coal, one black wall. And then we're going to place two layers of two coal. And that is the underside. Now, I appreciate it's probably very difficult to actually see what I'm doing, purely for the fact that it's really dark. Like the shadow of the tail means that lighting isn't the best. Plus, we're using dark colors. So if you are struggling to see it, again, I appreciate your issue there. But hopefully it is seeable, and hopefully you are able to understand kind of what I'm talking about here. So in regards to the very top of the tail, we're going to go ahead and fill that in with coal. Then what we're going to do is add kind of like a little tip, a little edge. So the way we're going to do this is essentially by going to the rear side of the tail, come to two center blocks, build up, back, and down. And essentially that's all you need to do. You can make it a bit bigger if you want to. So you could extend it forwards, for example, bring it forwards 2 blocks like that. And that's essentially all you need to do. That just adds the very tip to the tail, and if you do it correctly, it should come in line with the top of the shoulders. If you build across, you'll see. So, as you can see, exact same height as the shoulders, which is perfect because it then means it will not clash with the head. So that is the basic tail complete. However, you've noticed, or hopefully you've noticed, this part here is plain. This side here, again, extremely plain. And it's also really flat. Tails aren't flat, they're bushy and rounded and random. So what we're going to do, and this is where I might have to like pause the video and play around with it just so that it is correct, or just so it is visible, should I say. We're going to build some 3D effects. And in fact, what I am going to do, and don't copy this, I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to turn everything we've just built into stone, and then we'll resume. So I will see you guys in a second. Okay, so as I previously just mentioned, don't do this, don't make it stone, that's not what we're doing. I'm only doing this for visual purposes so that it's actually easier for you guys to see. Because, believe it or not, if I build black and coal onto black and coal, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to see. So we've got a nice grey surface here, exact same shape, exact same layout, and we're going to build on top of this, and then I'll show you what it looks like after once it's all blended and completed. So in terms of this 3D effect, as I said, it's going to cover this majority of the area here, and we're going to start at the bottom left corner. So we're starting on the original side, this side right here. So if we come to the bottom left corner, we're going to go up to the 4th block and we're going to count to the 3rd one. So this block right here, this is going to be our starter point. From this starter point, we place one black wall on top as a 3D effect. So again, just backing up so you can see exactly where we are. Underneath said black wall, we're going to place a block of coal, and underneath said block of coal, we place one black wall. We now have a strip of 3 blocks. The 3rd one, the bottom one, now being on the 2nd layer 3rd block. To right of this, we place one coal. Now, on the layer above this, from this coal, we place 2 black wool and 1 coal. And what you'll notice is it does meet the edge of the previous layer. That's intentional. So the next layer, starting from this black wool here, we're going to place 1 black wool, 2 coal, and 1 black wool. Now, the next layer, we're going to leave 1 block. So from this block here, we leave 1. We place 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. The next layer, again, we leave 1 block. We place 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. On top of this, we place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal. And then the final layer, we're going to leave 1 block and we place 2 black wool and 1 coal. And once you've done that, that is the 3D effect. Of course, it will blend a lot better when it's not stone in the background. But you can see there's a 3 block gap at the top, so it doesn't go all the way to the top. It doesn't go all the way to the beginning either, because there's a 2 block gap. But that is your 3D effect. So again, I'm just kind of showing you from a variety of angles so you can see as best as possible. And then we're going to head around to the right side and do the exact same. So, heading around to the right side, let's get over there. If we come to the bottom again, we're going to come up to the 4th layer just like before, to the 3rd block, and we're going to start off just like before by placing a black wall. Underneath this, we place a block of coal, and underneath that, another black wall. To the left of said black wall, we're not going to punch that out, we're going to place a block of coal. Next to this, the block of coal above, we're going to place 2 black wool and another block of coal. And next to the black wool, we place a 2nd black wool, 2 coal, and a black wool. So that is the first 3 layers complete. Just like before, we're going to start now staging them. So there's a 1 block gap, or staggering them, should I say. So we leave a 1 block gap here. We're going to place 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. And that is the 4th layer. The next one, we're going to leave a 1 block gap. We're going to place 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. On top of this layer, we're going to place a layer of 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal. And then the final layer, we're going to leave 1 block and we place 2 black wool and 1 coal. And again, it looks like this. So just in terms of where it's positioned, you can see here. And then it's, again, 3 blocks away from the top. So small details, but once we replace the stone, or once I replace the stone, you'll notice that it does indeed look a lot different. From behind, looks like this. As you can see, it's now like a really bushy, kind of like random tail flowy shape. Made up a bunch of words there, but you get the idea. That's what we're looking for. And I'll now remove the stone and show you what it looks like with, or what you guys should have it looking like with the black and the coal. And as you now see, this is what it looks like with the black and coal in the background. So hopefully yours is looking something more like this than the stone. I'd be awfully concerned if you did have stone, even though I told you like 4 times not to. But nevertheless, hopefully it looks like this. And again, if not, go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan. But if it looks like this, great. You have now got yourselves a very own tail. And that is pretty much the difficult part out of the way. That leaves us with just the head. So let's start making some progress on that. So for the head, we're going to come around to the front side. And we're going to come to the top left corner. And we'll come to the front left corner of the top left corner of the shoulder. So from here, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th block, which should be this block of snow, we're going to place 1 black wool, bring it 1 forwards, and then place 1 block of coal. So bringing it essentially 2 forwards over the front, so it's a 2 block overhang. We're then going to go to the right side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 5th block we place 2 black wool and 1 coal. Now essentially what we're going to do is link them together. In between the first layer we're going to place 6 black wool, and in between the second we're going to place 6 white wool. So it's an 8x2 overhang, as you can see right here. And what we're then going to do is go around to the sides, so the left side, and we're going to expand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backwards. Same with the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then link together by placing a 6x2 area in the middle, and that gives you again another 8x2, a second 8x2 overhang, but most importantly this gives you an 8x8 square, which is going to be the template for the head. So if I fill this in, you'll see what I mean. It is indeed an 8x8 square, and we from this can build the front side, the left side, the right side, and the rear side, as each side is 8x8. So the first thing we're going to do is get the face out the way. So we're going to start off by building the basic face, and then we'll build the jaw, which is slightly more complicated. So we've got the first layer already. That is 1 coal, 6 white wool, and 1 coal. The second layer is 1 black wool, 6 white wool, 1 black wool. And the third layer is 1 coal, 6 white wool, 1 coal. So very simple so far. The fourth layer is 1 white wool, 2 coal, 2 white wool, 2 coal, 1 white wool. The fifth layer is 1 white wool, 2 black wool, 2 white wool, 2 black, 1 white, and that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer is 8 white wool. The seventh layer is 1 black wool, 2 white, 1 black, 1 coal, 2 white, 1 coal. And the eighth and final layer is 2 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black, 2 coal. So right now that is indeed an 8 by 8 square. That is the front side of the face. But what we're going to do is to make it look a bit more like Boris, we're going to extend it out and build some 3D effects. So we come to the underside of the face, and we come to the front left corner, this block of coal right here. On the front side, so we go to the front side, we're going to leave 1 block, and we're going to place 6 white wool, leave 1 block, and then we're going to place another layer of 6 white wool. So it's now extending 2 blocks further, so it's now extending 4 blocks out the front of the statue. This is the first layer. From this first layer, what we're then going to do is come to the front again, and in front of this black wool here, we're going to expand forwards 2 using white wool, and we do the exact same on the right side. So we bring it forwards 2 on each side. Then what we're going to do is on each side, we're going to go in diagonal and join together by placing 4 in between. So we now have a row of 6 white wool and diagonals on each side, which connect back into the side of the face. Go ahead and fill this middle in here, like so, and that will give you the second layer, which looks like this. So 2 layers of 8 white wool, and then a layer in the middle of 6. Now the third and final layer of this, in the front left corner, we're going to place a black wool. We do the exact same on the right side. In between each one, we're going to place 6 white wool, and in front of this, we place another 6 white wool. And the final step, just to add like a little, again, kind of shape to it, we're going to leave 1 block. We place 1 white wool, 2 black, 1 white, and there'll be a 1 block gap here. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. Now, right now, it looks a bit weird because he's got like a mouth, but nothing coming out of the mouth. So what we do is we come to this layer here underneath the white wool. We leave 1 block. We place 1 snow, leave 2 blocks, 1 snow, and it will end up looking like this. Now, the reason I've chosen to use snow and not say quartz is because quartz is very similar to the white wool. You can use quartz, it works just as well. In fact, it looks quite nice on Xbox, but on PC it looks very similar to the white wool. So that's kind of why I use snow. But either one works, and as you can see, it ends up looking like this, and that's starting to look a lot more realistic. So essentially, that is the front side of the face complete. It ends up looking like this. And again, I'll just look at it from a variety of angles, just to give you an idea of all the different angles and measurements that go into it. But yeah, that's essentially the front side of the face. Now, what we're going to do is focus on the left side of the head. We'll then go to the right side, rear side, top, and then that will finish off the video. So we're going to start off on the left side. Again, we're going to start off on the first layer by punching out the first 3 blocks on the left, replacing with coal, leaving a 2 block gap, and then punching out 2 more. So the first layer consists of 3 coal, 2 black wool, and 3 coal. Now, of course, the 8th block on each layer is already done right here, so we're placing 7 blocks. So the second layer is going to be 1 coal, 2 black wool, 2 coal, and 2 black wool. The third layer is going to be 3 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. The fourth layer is going to be 1 coal, 3 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. On top of this, for the fifth layer, we're going to do 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. And that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 black wool. The seventh layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal. And the eighth and final layer is going to be 4 coal, 2 black wool, and 1 block of coal. And once you've done that, that is an 8x8 square. That is the left side of the head. And we're now going to move around to the right side and basically do the exact same. So again, take a brief second to pause if you need to do so. And let's head round to the right side. So for the right side, just like the left, we're going to start off the first, second, and third block are all coal. And then the 8th, 7th, and 6th, again, are all coal. So we punch out the first 3, replace with coal. Punch out the last 3, replace with coal. Perfect. The second layer we're going to place is 2 black wool, 2 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal. The third layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 3 coal. The fourth layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 3 black wool, 1 coal. And that is the first 4 layers. The fifth layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. And again, that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal. The seventh layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 black wool, and 1 coal. And then the 8th and final layer is going to be 1 coal, 2 black wool, and 4 blocks of coal. And once you've done that, that is the right side of the head complete. And we can now go ahead and add some 3D effects. Now, when I say 3D effects, don't worry, it's just small minor details. So essentially, you can see here, at the current state, it looks like this. Now, if you look at pictures of Boris the Wolf, he has little, like, spikes of hair coming out the side of his face. So the way we're going to do this, on the right side, so we come to the bottom left corner, we're going to go up 1, and we place 1 white wall as a 3D effect, and then above that, we place another white wall. Behind this, or to the right of this, we place 1 coal and 1 black wall. Gives you a 2x2 square. That's essentially all you need to do. If we head around to the left side, we'll do the exact same. So we come to the bottom right corner, go up 1, place 2 white wall, and then to the left of it, we place 1 coal and 1 black wall. And again, that's the exact same on the left side as it is the right, and it ends up looking something like this. Now, if you come around to the rear side, we're going to build up this, then that leaves us with just the top. So we're going to go again layer by layer, starting off with the first layer where we're going to punch out the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th blocks. So the only 2 we leave is going to be the 3rd and 5th. We replace all of them with coal, and that is the first layer. So the first layer is 2 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 3 coal. The second layer is going to be 2 coal, 2 black, 2 coal. The third layer is 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 2 coal, 1 black, and that is the third layer. The fourth layer is going to be 2 black, 1 coal, 2 black, 1 coal. The next layer, which is the fifth layer, I can't count. It's just gone out of my head. 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. And again, that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer, this time the real sixth layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. Seventh layer, second to last layer, is going to be 2 coal, 1 black wool, 2 coal, and 1 black wool. And the 8th and final layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, and 4 blocks of coal. And that is the rear side of the head. Again, lots of detail, lots of texturing, but it's relatively simple. So, final side, which is of course the top, what we're going to do is layer by layer. So we have this outside ring, which is an 8x8 square. We're going to come to the rear side, in this back left corner. We start here by placing 1 black wool. Next to that, we're going to place 1 coal, 2 black, 1 coal, 1 black. Again, we're only placing 6 blocks per layer, and we're only doing 6 layers because 2 of them are already done. The next layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black, 2 coal, 2 black. So again, that's 1 coal, 1 black, 2 coal, 2 black. The next layer is going to be 2 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black. Again, just to repeat that, that's 2 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black. The next layer is 2 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 1 coal. Again, looks like this. Final 2 layers remaining. Second to last is going to be 1 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 2 black, and 1 coal. And then the final layer is going to be 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black, 2 coal, and 1 block of black wool. And that is the top side of the head. Now, once you've done that, the head in itself is complete. However, we can't have a Boris statue without adding the ears. So we're going to come up to the top side of the head, come to the front left corner, leave a 1 block gap, and we're going to place 1 black wool, and behind it we place a second black wool. Now, if we're looking at it from a left perspective, so this is the left side of the head, on top of this we're going to place 2 coal, and on top of that we place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal. So it overextends 2 blocks to the front. The next layer we're going to leave 1 block and we place 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and that is essentially the shape of the ear. Now, I understand that Boris kind of has, like, he doesn't have rabbit ears, but they're quite tall for a wolf. So I kind of want to make them, like, quite short and curved, instead of, like, a rabbit ear, like, on the Bonnie statues I did, where they're, like, 2 stories high. So that's kind of the aim behind this. What we're then going to do is come around to the other side, and mimicking the shape, on the bottom layer, we're going to place 2 coal. On top of that, we place 2 black wool. The next layer, from left to right, we'll go 1 black wool, coal, coal, and then the final one we go coal, 2 black wool. So essentially, all we're doing is making it too thick here. So that's the right side of the left ear, and then this is the left side of the left ear. So that is the left ear complete. As you can see, that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. Now, for the right ear, we'll come around to the right side. We come to the front left or front right corner. Second block, we're going to place a black wool. Third block, also black wool. Come around to the right side, and on top of this, we're going to place 2 coal. On top of the coal, on the right side, we place 1 black wool. We go 1 to the left using coal, 1 black wool, and 1 coal. And on top of this, on top of the coal here, we place 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. That is the basic ear shape. Just like we did before, we're going to come around to the other side, the inside. On the lower 2 blocks, we place 2 coal. On top of that, we place 2 black wool. On top of this, we place 1 coal, 1 black, 1 coal, 1 black. And then the final 3 blocks is 2 black and 1 coal. And again, that is the inside of said ear. So again, I'll just go over it one last time, looking at every different side. So this is the left side of the left ear. Coming around to the right side of the left ear. Again, it looks like this. We now have the left side of the right ear. And then the right side of the right ear. And once you've done that, that is the statue complete. You have yourselves your very own Boris the Wolf from Bendy and the Ink Machine. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and again I'm going to have a little spin around of the head whilst I'm doing my outro. If you did enjoy the tutorial, then definitely give it a like and leave a comment down below saying any suggestions you have, and if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. Like I said at the start of the video, if you do hit the notification bell, you get a notification every single time I upload, which is always nice and handy. Probably should be just part of the normal subscription, but who knows, YouTube doesn't really fancy that. So again, huge shout out to RedXPhones for the original concept of the design, helped me a ton with this project. And if you want to see any other Bendy and the Ink Machine characters, let me know down in the comments down below. Been reading them, replying to a ton recently, really appreciate all the support. And again, I apologise for the lack of videos recently, it's due to like college and stuff like that. But over the summer, I'm going to be re-grinding it out, so you'll see a lot more of me, hopefully, if that's your... if you like that. If not, then that's quite unfortunate. But anyways, apart from that, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a great weekend. My name has been Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light